Part 1. The Pain of Cosmic Exile. Have you ever looked up at the night sky, at the vast river of stars, and felt a strange and sudden pang of homesickness? A deep, quiet ache for a home you cannot name, a place you have never been to in this life? Do you watch the customs of human society, the frantic ambition, the strange rituals of small talk, the endless dramas, and feel like an anthropologist, studying a foreign species? If so, you are not going crazy. You are just waking up to your true nature. If you feel like an alien on your own planet, a loving but lonely stranger in a strange land, then this message will feel like a letter from home. Your feeling of not belonging here is not a pathology. It is a memory. Subscribe to the Hidden Voice, and let us, together, decode the beautiful and sacred reason for your cosmic exile. Let's begin by honoring the profound and often confusing pain of this experience. It is the pain of feeling like an alien. It's the sense that the operating system that runs the rest of the world is fundamentally incompatible with your own. You see people chasing goals, money, status, power, with a desperate intensity, and a quiet part of you simply cannot understand why. It feels like watching children play a very serious and very stressful game, and you have forgotten the rules, or perhaps you never knew them in the first place. It's the deep and persistent feeling of homesickness, a nostalgia for a reality of greater peace, of more profound silence, of more authentic connection. This feeling can create a subtle, but constant, sense of grief in your heart. A quiet sorrow for a lost world that you carry just behind your eyes. And it is the profound challenge of feeling at home in your own body, in your own life. You can feel like a visitor, a temporary resident in this human form. You may look at your own hands with a sense of detached wonder. You may walk through your own life, your own family, your own career, with the feeling of being a benevolent and loving imposter, playing a part, but knowing that it is not the totality of who you are. This is the pain of the cosmic exile. It is not the loud, sharp pain of trauma, but the quiet, vast, and achingly lonely pain of a soul that remembers a different, and perhaps, a grander reality. Part 2. The soul as a traveler. To understand this feeling, we must introduce a new, and ancient, frame of reference. We must move beyond the limited story of modern psychology, which tells you that you are your personality, a product of your childhood and your brain chemistry. And we must step into the vast, cosmic story of your soul. The great secret is this. You, the consciousness that is looking out through your eyes right now, are not from here. You are not your body. You are not your name. You are not your life story. These are temporary garments that you are wearing. You, in your essence, are an ancient, timeless and cosmic traveler. You are a point of divine consciousness that has journeyed through realities, through dimensions, through eons of experience that your human mind cannot begin to comprehend. The feeling of being an alien is not a fantasy. It is a memory. It is the faint, but persistent, echo of your true, cosmic identity, beginning to bleed through the veil of your temporary, human personality. In many spiritual traditions, souls like you have been given names. They are called old souls, beings who have had countless lifetimes and have returned to Earth with a deep, innate wisdom. They are called starseeds, souls whose primary energetic origins are not of this planet, but from other star systems, other dimensions of reality. These are not literal, scientific labels. They are poems. They are metaphors, trying to describe an experience that is beyond our ordinary language. They are ways of saying, if you feel like you are not from here, it is because you are not. You are a visitor, a volunteer, an ambassador from a different, and often, a higher frequency of reality. The pain of your exile is the pain of a great being, squeezed into a small container. The pain of an ocean, trying to remember itself, inside a single drop of water. Your job is not to cure this feeling. Your job is to understand it, to honor it, and to finally discover the magnificent mission that it implies. Part 3. The somatics of homesickness. This feeling of cosmic homesickness, this deep and soulful longing, is not just a poetic idea. It is an energetic signature, a feeling in your body that you can learn to recognize and understand. Let's do a brief investigation. Take a moment to get still. And I want you to tune into that specific feeling, that quiet, persistent ache of missing home. Not the home of your childhood, but the home with a capital H. The place your soul remembers. And feel it in your body. Where does it live? For most, it is a soft, gentle, and sometimes vast ache, right in the center of the chest. The heart space. Notice its quality. It is not the sharp, anxious pain of fear. It is not the heavy, contracted pain of grief for a person. It is a clean pain, a noble ache. It is imbued with a sense of beauty, of love, of a profound and quiet longing. Now, I want you to ask yourself a deeper question. What are you actually longing for? Is it a specific planet? A specific star system? Or is it a feeling? If you are truly honest, you will realize that you are longing for a state of being. You are longing for a reality of unconditional love. You are longing for a world of profound peace, of effortless telepathic communication, of a unity that is so complete, there is no sense of separation. That feeling, the feeling of unconditional love, of profound peace, of perfect unity, that is the frequency of your true home. And here is the secret. That frequency is not just out there, in some distant star system. It is the very frequency of your own soul, of your own true nature, which is buried beneath your human personality. Your cosmic homesickness is not a sign that you need to leave Earth to go home. It is a homing signal. It is your own soul, sending you a powerful, internal reminder of the very frequency that you are here to embody, and to anchor, right here on this planet. The ache is not a call to escape. It is a call to incarnate. Part 4. The Lineage of the Volunteer Souls. This experience of being a cosmic traveler, a soul from another place here on a mission, may feel strange or unbelievable to your rational mind. But you are not the first to feel this. You are part of a vast and ancient lineage of what we can call volunteer souls. In the latter half of the 20th century, a new kind of explorer began to map these unseen realms of the soul. Pioneers like the hypnotherapist Dolores Cannon, and later, Dr. Michael Newton, began to use deep states of trance to help thousands of ordinary people access the memories of their soul's existence between their physical lives. And what they discovered was astonishing. Time and time again, in session after session, with people from all over the world, a consistent story emerged. The story of a soul's life in the spirit world. A world of profound love, of learning, of purpose. And a very specific subset of these souls told a similar story. They were souls who had reached a state of relative peace and completion in their own evolution. They were not required to come back to Earth to learn more lessons for themselves. But they chose to. They told of a great calling that went out across the cosmos. A call for volunteers. The Earth, they explained, was entering a critical and difficult period of transformation. A shift in consciousness. And it needed help. It needed souls with a higher, more stable frequency to volunteer to incarnate on the planet at this specific time, to act as energetic anchors, as frequency keepers, as living lighthouses, to help stabilize the planet during its turbulent shift. These were the volunteer souls. The starseeds. The old souls. And they came in waves. They came from places of peace, of beauty, of unity. And they agreed to plunge into the dense, amnesiac, and often painful reality of human life. They agreed to forget who they were. They agreed to take on the difficult challenge of waking up within the dream, and of remembering their mission. Your feeling of being an alien, your deep and persistent sense that you are not from here, is the first and most definitive symptom of being one of these volunteer souls. It is your soul's memory, beginning to break through the veil of your human conditioning. It is the most powerful confirmation that your intuition is not crazy. It is simply remembering a truth that is much, much larger than the story of this one single human life. Part 5. The Parable of the Deep-Sea Explorer in an Aquarium. To truly and compassionately understand your own feeling of alienation, let us tell a story. The Parable of the Deep-Sea Explorer in an Aquarium. Imagine a being that was born for the deep ocean. Its soul is coded for the vast, dark, mysterious, and silent world of the abyss. Its body is designed to thrive under immense pressure. Its consciousness is attuned to the subtle, bioluminescent light of the deep. Its purpose is to explore the profound, hidden mysteries of the great below. Now, imagine that this magnificent, deep-sea being is suddenly, and for reasons it cannot understand, placed into a small, bright, and shallow aquarium in a child's bedroom. The aquarium is safe. The food appears regularly. There are other creatures here, brightly colored, cheerful fish who swim in predictable circles, a snail that diligently cleans the glass. It is a perfectly functional, and for its inhabitants, a perfectly normal world. But the deep-sea explorer is in a state of quiet and profound agony. The bright light of the aquarium feels harsh and superficial to its sensitive eyes. The shallow water feels thin and unsupportive. The endless, cheerful circling of the other fish feels meaningless and maddening. It feels a constant, crushing pressure, not from the deep, but from the lack of depth. And it is haunted by a memory, a deep, cellular ache for a world it cannot see, but that it knows is real. A longing for the silence, for the vastness, for the profound and beautiful mystery of the deep. It looks at the other fish, so perfectly content in their small, bright world, and it thinks to itself, "There must be something wrong with me. Why can I not be happy here?" You are the deep-sea explorer, and the ordinary, consensus reality of the human world is the aquarium. Your feeling of being an alien is not a sign that you are flawed. It is a sign that you were designed for a different, and much deeper reality. Your soul is not coded for the bright, shallow world of the surface ego. It is coded for the profound, mysterious, and authentic world of the soul. The ache you feel is the memory of your own vastness, calling to you from within the confines of a small and limited world. The alienation you feel is not a rejection of humanity. It is a rejection of the superficiality of the aquarium that humanity has mistaken for the entirety of the ocean. Your pain is not a pathology. It is a sign of your own profound and beautiful depth. Part 6. The Vow of the Cosmic Ambassador. Do you recognize yourself in this deep-sea explorer, longing for an ocean you can barely remember? If this parable gives a sense of honor and of purpose to your own profound ache, then I invite you to make this space your personal deep-sea trench. Subscribe to The Hidden Voice. This is a community for the explorers, the starseeds, the old souls, a place where we remind each other of the vast and beautiful ocean that we came from, and that we are here to embody. And now, we must make a conscious choice. A choice to stop seeing our alienation as a curse, and to start seeing it as the very signature of our sacred mission. This is a vow to be an ambassador for the deep. Find your center. Connect with the quiet, deep, and ancient part of you that remembers the ocean. And from this place of profound truth, make this declaration. I now see and understand that my feeling of being an alien is not a flaw, but a memory of my true, cosmic nature. I am a volunteer soul. I am an old soul. I am a starseed. My difference is not an accident, it is my design. I release the story that I am broken or that I do not belong. I now accept my role. I am not an exile, I am an ambassador. I am not an outcast, I am a member of a ground crew, here on a sacred mission. Now, let this vow become your new and empowering identity. From this day forward, I make a vow to be a cosmic ambassador. I will stop trying to fit into the aquarium. I will stop judging myself by the standards of the surface-level world. I will honor my own depth, my own sensitivity, my own unique perspective. My mission is not to escape this world, but to bring the frequency of my true home into this world. I will be a living anchor point for a deeper, more authentic reality. I will bring the silence of the deep into the noise of the shallow. I will have compassion for the beautiful creatures of the aquarium, for they are on their own journey. I will not judge them. I will simply and powerfully hold the memory and the frequency of the ocean, offering a silent invitation for any who are ready to remember their own depth. Take a deep, conscious breath, and feel the profound shift. You are not a lonely, broken person. You are a powerful, cosmic being with a planetary mission. Your feeling of being an alien is not your curse. It is your job description. It is the proof that you are one of the ones who came to help. And your work has just begun. Part 7. Rituals for the Ground Crew. To live as a conscious ambassador, as a member of the cosmic ground crew, requires a new set of practices. These are not practices for escaping your human reality, but for anchoring your cosmic soul within your human reality. This is the art of joining heaven and earth. The first ritual is the practice of grounding. As a soul who is more accustomed to the weightlessness of the cosmos, the density of the physical, human world can be challenging. You can often feel ungrounded, floaty, disconnected from your body and from the earth. Your first and most important job as an ambassador is to anchor your light firmly into this planet. This is a physical, daily practice. It means walking barefoot on the grass, feeling the solid, living energy of the earth beneath your feet. It means touching trees, feeling their deep, slow, and ancient stability. It means engaging in physical activities that bring you fully into your body. Dancing, stretching, even simple things like washing the dishes with your full, mindful attention on the sensation of the water. And it can be a visualization. Sit and imagine deep, golden roots growing from the base of your spine and the soles of your feet, down, 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 into the very crystalline core of the earth. Feel yourself plugging into the planet's powerful, loving, and stabilizing energy. Your mission is not to float away. It is to root down. You are the bridge between the stars and the stones. The second ritual is remembering the mission. In the midst of the dense and sometimes chaotic energy of the human world, it is easy to forget why you came. It is easy to get lost in the drama of the aquarium. This ritual is a daily act of remembering your higher purpose. Sit in silence for just a few minutes. Place a hand on your heart, and you will ask your own higher self, your own soul, a simple question. What is my mission today? What is the frequency that I came here to anchor? Do not look for a complex, verbal answer. The answer will come as a feeling, a single word, a quality of being. Perhaps the answer is peace. Perhaps it is joy. Perhaps it is clarity, or creativity, or unconditional love. Whatever the answer is, that is your one and only mission for the day. Your job is not to fix everyone's problems or to achieve a long list of tasks. Your job is to embody that one single quality. To be the frequency of peace in a stressful meeting. To be the frequency of joy in a mundane conversation. This practice simplifies your life and focuses your energy on what truly matters. Your energetic contribution to the world. The third ritual is to create an outpost of home. The ache of homesickness will not be cured by longing for a distant star. It will be healed by consciously and deliberately creating an outpost of your cosmic home, right here on Earth. Your practice is to make your personal living space a sanctuary, a physical reflection of your soul's frequency. This is not about expensive decoration. It is about conscious curation. Fill your home with the music that makes your soul feel vast and peaceful. Fill it with the colors, the textures, the scents that remind you of your true nature. Keep it clean and uncluttered, a space of physical peace that mirrors the inner peace you are cultivating. Create a small altar with objects that feel sacred to you, a crystal, a feather, a beautiful stone. Your home becomes your embassy. It is the one place on this planet where the frequency of your soul is the dominant frequency. It is your recharging station, your temple, the place where you can drop the mask of the human persona and simply be your own, alien, and beautiful self. By creating a home for your soul here, you make the entire experience of being on Earth less like an exile, and more like a sacred and joyful deployment. Part 8. Your alien perspective is your genius. As you begin to anchor yourself, to remember your mission, and to build a home for your soul here, you will begin to realize that your feeling of being an alien is not a handicap. It is your greatest gift. It is the source of your unique genius. Because you are not fully hypnotized by the game of human culture, you can see it with a clarity that the other players cannot. You are the outsider who can walk into a family or a company and instantly see the unconscious, dysfunctional patterns that the insiders have accepted as normal for generations. You are the one who is not blinded by the collective ambition for more, more, and so you can see the simple, elegant, and often obvious solutions that others miss. You are not invested in the way things have always been done, so you are a natural channel for radical, innovative, and paradigm-shifting ideas. Your feeling of not quite belonging is what gives you your perspective. It is your altitude. It is your superpower. For a long time, you have seen your alien nature as a source of loneliness and have tried to suppress it in order to fit in. The great shift is to now see it as the source of your power, and to begin to consciously and deliberately use it as a gift. When you are in a meeting, and you see a simpler, more heart-centered solution that no one else is seeing, your mission is to have the courage to voice it, not from a place of arrogance, but from a place of simple, clear service. When you are with a loved one who is trapped in a story of lack, your gift is not to argue with their story, but to hold the frequency of abundance so powerfully in your own being that they can feel another possibility. You are the one who is here to question the unquestioned assumptions. You are here to be the gentle but persistent voice of a saner, more loving, and more intelligent reality. Your strangeness is not a flaw. It is your medicine for the world. Part 9. The Great Inversion of Purpose. And now we arrive at the great inversion of purpose, the final and most liberating shift in the mission of the volunteer soul. For a long time, in your loneliness, you have been haunted by a sense of longing for home. You have looked up at the stars and felt a pull to return, to escape the density and the difficulty of this earthly realm. You have seen your time on earth as a temporary, and often painful, tour of duty, and you have been waiting for the day you could finally go home. The epiphany, the great and beautiful reversal, is this: you did not come here to figure out how to get back home. You came here to figure out how to bring your home here. The mission is not one of escape. It is one of anchoring. It is an act of incarnation. The universe, the great cosmic consciousness, does not need you to be in a state of disembodied bliss in some distant dimension. It is already that. The great, creative, and courageous adventure is to see if that bliss, that peace, that unconditional love, can be brought down and anchored into the very fabric of a dense, physical, and often challenging reality. And it requires a vessel. It requires an anchor point. It requires a human being who is willing to do the difficult work of holding that high frequency in the midst of a world that does not yet recognize it. That is your purpose. You are a living bridge. You are a conduit between worlds. Your own human body is the sacred alchemical vessel in which the vast, cosmic, and formless energy of home is being grounded into the dense, beautiful, and specific reality of Earth. When you feel that homesickness, that cosmic ache, you can now reframe it. It is not a sign that you should be somewhere else. It is a reminder of the frequency you are here to embody. It is your soul's tuning fork, reminding you of the note you are here to sing. The great work of your life is to stop longing for home, and to start the courageous and creative work of building a home, right here, in the center of your own heart, in the space of your own life, so that your very presence becomes a taste of home for a world that has forgotten its own cosmic origins. Part 10. Embracing your beautiful alien. And so we come to the end of this journey, which is the beginning of a new relationship with yourself. For so long, you have been at war with your own alien nature. You have judged it, you have tried to hide it, you have felt ashamed of its strangeness, of its sensitivity, of its inability to fit into the small boxes of the world. The final act of healing and empowerment is to embrace your beautiful, magnificent, and sacred alien self, completely and unconditionally. It is to realize that your strangeness is your strength. Your sensitivity is your superpower. Your deep, intuitive knowing is your genius. Your feeling of not being from here is the most profound and sacred truth of your being. The goal is not to become less of an alien so you can fit in with the humans. The goal is to become the most magnificent, authentic, and unapologetic ambassador for your own cosmic soul that you can possibly be. To let your weird light shine. To speak your strange truth. To create the bizarre and beautiful art that only you can create. To love with the deep, vast, and unconditional love of the stars themselves. When you finally stop apologizing for who you are, you give everyone else in the room permission to be a little more of who they are. Your authenticity is a sacred act of liberation, not just for you, but for everyone your life touches. You are not crazy. You are not broken. You are a cosmic traveler on a sacred mission. And it is time to fully, joyfully, and powerfully accept your post. Your beautiful, alien soul is the exact medicine that this world needs. If this journey has helped you to finally embrace your own unique nature and to understand your sacred mission, then help us to send out the signal. Subscribe to The Hidden Voice. Like and share this message. Every interaction you make helps another lost starseed to stop feeling crazy, and to start remembering that they are a cosmic ambassador, here on purpose. Thank you for your courage to be different. Thank you for volunteering. Now go, and let your magnificent, strange light shine.